Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. As you can tell from the title of this video, I've got a bit of a different video this week. I am basically going to be waking up at 5:45 every single day for the week, Monday to Friday, and just see how I feel. At the moment I would say I wake up in between 8:30 and 9:30. And I just want to see the impact that it has on my day, or whether it has an impact at all by waking up basically 3 hours earlier. So if you're interested to see how that affects my days and my week, then keep watching. Also, just to point out at the start of the video before we go ahead, I know that 5:45 isn't ridiculously early, but for me and during lockdown as well, that is much earlier than I usually wake up, so I thought it would just be a fun little video and just something to try for this week, something a bit different. So I have literally just woken up, as I feel like you can tell, but I'm not really sure what to do with myself because my whole family is asleep. My face is so swollen. I feel like today will be the worst day because it's the first day. So this is going to sound really random, but I might finish planning my workouts for the week because it's literally the only thing I can think of to do right now. This is so weird for me. This has got to be the earliest I have been up and dressed and showered in like the whole pandemic. I want to say like all of the lockdowns, especially this lockdown. It is 7:30 and I have showered. I wrote the workouts and stuff that I said that I'd done. I've got my green tea with honey, which is delicious. And I'm about to go downstairs and make a coffee and some breakfast because, I mean, I don't usually eat this early, but I am so hungry because I've obviously been awake like 2 hours almost. So yeah, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna have my daily dose, which is my vitamin drink, and so far I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling ready to smash the day and just, you know, have a good time. I'm in a really good mood. I don't know why, but I'm not going to complain. This is great. So it is midday now, so it's a couple of hours later, and I thought I would update you on how I'm feeling. So it's been a bit weird because obviously I was up at 5:45. I usually wake up at like 8:30, 9, but I ended up having breakfast around, yeah, maybe even like maybe 8. So then, no, it could have been earlier than that. Literally in between maybe 7:30 and 8. And then basically from like 9:30 till 11:30, I've just felt really faint. And I don't know if that's because like in the time that I woke up and like had breakfast and stuff, like that is when I would usually be having lunch. But because it was like 10 AM, I didn't. Because like in my brain that's not my usual lunchtime. But now that I've eaten, I just had a sausage bagel, which is like technically a second breakfast because like for me normally it's lunchtime in like an hour, but after having that I do feel better. And I'm gonna have a coffee now and go for a walk, I think, because I've done some more like training program planning and content stuff. But yeah, that was weird. But I guess it's just because like my eating times should be different because I'm awake at different times, but I feel like that could take me a while to get used to. But I don't feel like I'm crashing or anything yet, so this is good news. So let's just see how the rest of the day goes. Hello, so it is much later now. It is 9:15. I've had dinner, done some yoga, so it's 9:15. And I feel absolutely fine. Like I feel like normally I would be tired at this stage of the day and I'm just not. But hopefully I will get tired because if I don't go to sleep at like a reasonable time, then waking up tomorrow is going to be so hard. I'm also really nervous that waking up tomorrow is going to be hard. I just have a feeling the second day is going to be harder. Because the first day, you know, it's exciting, you're starting a new challenge. And it's like, yes, I'm up, I'm ready to do this. And then I feel like the second day, your body's like, oh, we're doing this again. I mean, I really hope that's not the case, but I mean, it could well be. Went for a walk, had a snack, did some yoga, and then had dinner. And since walking I haven't felt faint at all, but since walking I've also eaten loads. So I feel like I just wasn't eating at the right times, or like I didn't eat my lunch early enough, or I've still got a lot to work out for the rest of the week when I should be working, like getting up earlier. But now that I actually am like fueled and full of food, I feel so much better, and I'm excited for the rest of the week, because I really haven't been that productive recently during lockdown. And although I've not been massively productive today in comparison to the past 2 weeks, I would say I've been really productive, and it's day one. So I'm feeling good. We'll see how I feel by the end of the week, but so far so good. And I've just been in a really good mood, and that could have been the weather, because this is literally the first time we've had sun in like, I don't even know how long. But also it could be because I woke up earlier. Who knows? Good morning. So it is day 2. I'm downstairs. I've got some notebooks with me this morning. So I've got a notebook, my reading book, the book that I'm reading, my planning stuff, and a pen, and then my I am here now mindfulness journal, and my iPad as well, just in case I want to do some planning. So I'm a little bit more prepared this morning, but we'll see what I get done. I am definitely really tired, and I could have stayed in bed. So it is much later on now. It is 5:45, and I just thought I would update you that I am feeling much better today from like waking up early. Not that like I don't feel better for it, but I feel much better than I did yesterday, because obviously a lot of yesterday I felt really dizzy, and I think it was just that like I didn't get the eating down, like with the hours that I was awake, as well as just like waking up early. Like I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna get up earlier and then like live my normal day, whereas that's just not possible, because I obviously am awake for like 3 hours longer. So I'm obviously gonna be eating at different times and like eating more, or like spacing my food out differently, and I just did not manage to do that yesterday. But I feel like I've done that much better today, and I have barely felt faint today, so I think that's good. That's a good sign. I did like slightly this morning. I think it's like I have a small breakfast when I wake up, or like an hour after I wake up, and then like when I would usually have my normal breakfast, I have my normal breakfast, but then in between that breakfast and lunch I just like get a bit funny, and I feel like that is when I need to get myself outside. I don't know why, I just feel like it would help for some reason, I don't know. So we'll try that tomorrow maybe. But today has definitely been much better. In terms of how I slept, I probably slept like the normal time that I usually would fall asleep, like on a normal day last night. And obviously was so tired this morning, as you may have seen in the clip. But I got myself up, the motivation got me up, so I got myself up. I slept really well. Like I feel like going to bed at normal time but waking up earlier, I don't know, that's probably not enough sleep, and if I did this for long enough my body would adjust and I would go to bed earlier perhaps. But I literally just slept so well. Like I just passed out and then woke up to my alarm, probably in like the deepest sleep ever, which is why I think I found it so hard to wake up. But I got up on my 5:45 alarm, didn't snooze it, literally just got up, went straight downstairs, and as you saw, try to be a little bit more productive with the time that I was awake in the morning this morning. So I just read a chapter of my book, did some mindfulness, did some meditation, and it was like more of a chilled one. I didn't do like any planning or anything, but I feel like what I should have done, which is what I didn't do, is I sat in the living room and the curtains were closed, whereas I feel like if I sat in the kitchen where there aren't curtains, like I will see the sun rise, and I think that will wake me up naturally quite nicely. Like obviously I'm awake, but like actually like wake myself up. I feel like doing that with the sun rising would be really nice. So I think I might try that tomorrow as well. Like, the weirdest part about this is that I've never done anything like this before, except for like getting up for a holiday, which is usually one day and also completely different because you're going somewhere exciting. So I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea how my body's going to react. So it's been really interesting so far and I've enjoyed it. Okay, I'm tired today. Hello, so it is a couple of hours later now. It is 10 to 10, so I thought I would update you. I was obviously very tired this morning. I like didn't even speak. I think I literally turned the camera on to tell you that I was tired and then that was it. But I stayed awake, I stayed downstairs, made myself a peppermint tea, sat in the kitchen so I could watch the sunrise, even though it was really cloudy today, so I didn't actually see the sunrise, it just got lighter, which was still nice. And I just did some like a mindfulness journaling. I didn't read this morning, I just did the journaling and it was really nice. Had like a relaxing playlist on in the background and it was just very chilled, nice way to wake up. I just feel like today is just like a tired day for me. Like, it has no reason to do with the fact that I have got up at 5:45 for the third day in a row. I literally like just think I'm tired, like, you know, when you just have those days where you're tired. Shall we do like a little hump day review on getting up earlier? Let me sit down. So yeah, this is my third day of waking up at 5:45, as I said. I wouldn't say it's like massively impacted my productivity, but that is probably because we're in lockdown and I usually work in a pub, so I'm not working at the moment, so I don't really have anything to be productive with except for revising my PT stuff. It definitely gives me more time in the day, obviously because I'm awake for longer, and I'm absolutely loving starting my day with journaling or reading or just some sort of like gentle, relaxing way of waking up. I find that on the first day I literally like woke up and for the first half hour of me being awake I was just like on my phone to try and like keep myself awake, and then I moved on to the reading and stuff. Whereas this morning I feel like I was just enjoying the journaling so much, like I barely even touched my phone, and that is such a nice way to start the day. It is so much nicer than just sitting there. It just like sets me up really nicely and makes me feel really good. And like in terms of how I feel throughout the day, like all 3 of the days, I wouldn't say that I've crashed at all. Obviously the first day was the hardest because I didn't really have my eating down, but in the second half of the day when I started eating more, yeah, I did feel full of energy. Like I was literally fine. I think it just was, I was just exhausted in the morning and didn't feel well because I like got the eating a bit mixed up and wasn't eating enough for like the amount of hours that I had been awake. But now that I've sort of sorted that, it really just, like, I'm not more tired than I usually am, like it's just normal, and I feel like it's been really nice. It would be really nice in the summer if I could like get up and go for a walk and it's not pitch black. Like it would be nice to sort of go for a walk in the like early morning but still in the light. So it's definitely something I will try to remember. But I have really enjoyed it. I definitely think I'm more productive, but only because for ages I have wanted to read in the morning and journal in the morning and just take some time for myself in the morning and have slow mornings. But if I wake up at 9 and I do that, then by the time I've done that it's like midday, it's lunchtime, and I feel like I haven't done anything. So, and I see lunchtime as halfway through the day, even though it's really not. So I feel like just having those extra hours in the morning where I can do the reading and stuff means that I can start my day when I would usually be waking up, and I feel like it just adds so much to my day. And if obviously I don't know how the rest of today is going to go, I don't know how tomorrow is going to go, and I don't know how Friday is going to go, but if I were to like make a guess now, I would say that it is inspiring me to want to wake up earlier, but not necessarily 5:45, like maybe 6:30, or like wake up with the sunrise. I feel like that would be really nice, which at the moment is about 7, and then obviously it's going to get earlier. So yeah, that's my little midweek update so far. Hasn't massively drastically changed my life, but I am really enjoying it and I can see why people do it. Good morning, it is day 4, 10 past 6. Hello! So I'm not quite sure how much I filmed this morning, I can't really remember, but I thought I would just update you quickly. Today is day 4, so tomorrow is the last day I'll be getting up at 5:45, and this morning was difficult, but like for a different reason. I wasn't overly like tired, it wasn't hard because I was like exhausted and needed more sleep. I just had the worst period cramps. It's why I didn't film much later on in the day yesterday, because I was just like so uncomfortable. Just like went to bed, went to sleep and woke up and I still had them. And I said this morning, but obviously I was probably speaking really quietly, that I was just like, oh, you know what, like I know I'm doing a video on this, but if my body needs to rest, then I will just like go back to sleep, sleep off the cramps, and then wake up when I'm feeling better. So I'd done that, kind of. Lay back down. I was like, alright, okay, I'll set an early alarm, so I'm still getting up early, just not 5:45, and literally just couldn't get back to sleep. Like I was lying there so awake because my body had obviously gotten used to the fact that every day this week already I've been waking up at 5:45 and going straight downstairs. So I was downstairs by like 5 minutes past 6, which is fine, which is good. It means that I got downstairs and I did it and I feel fine now. I'm glad I got up. But I also, like, if I was able to go back to sleep, I fully would have just gone back to sleep, so. But I thought that was interesting, that I've, like, already formed a little, like, sleep cycle or, like, a habit of getting up at that time and, like, my body wakes me up at that time. I thought it would be really interesting on Saturday, so, like, the first day of after doing this challenge, whether I'll obviously set my normal alarm for a later time, but whether my body will wake me up naturally at 5:45. I'm not sure, we will see, but I think that would be really interesting. So it is the end of the week now. I successfully woke up at 5:45 every single day, so I feel like that's round of applause number 1, to be honest, because I was not sure if I was going to be able to do that. So I thought I'd give you like a quick recap of how I felt during the week and whether I feel like it made a difference to my week and my day or not. So in all honesty, it didn't affect me as much as I thought it would, but I feel like that's a positive thing. I thought I was going to be really tired throughout the whole week and it was going to like affect my mood, and to be honest, I didn't really notice it that much, which is a good thing, I think. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired because I've been awake for so long. It was more like, I feel normal, so this has kind of proven to me that if I wanted to get up earlier, if I needed to get things done, if I needed that time of day to do things, then I could get up earlier and it wouldn't affect the rest of my day. I don't think I performed worse during like the day in my workouts or when I had like some work to do. I don't think it like affected me negatively. I didn't really notice a difference, so yeah, it definitely showed me that if I wanted to get up earlier, if I needed to get up earlier, then I definitely can, and it doesn't affect me at all. There were definitely mornings that were harder than others, but I successfully woke up every time, so, and got up at the time that I was supposed to, so I feel like that's normal. On like a normal day, whatever time you wake up, I feel like some days are easier than others, and that's just like a given. So yeah, I didn't think it was necessarily a struggle to wake up every single day, and that time in the morning to yourself, just in like the peace and quiet, is actually really nice and really refreshing, and I felt quite relaxed the whole week. So yeah, I would definitely say just having that like 2 hours of peace in the morning is relaxing. If you need a time in your day where you just need some peace and quiet and you can't get it any other time of the day, I would recommend it, because it was really nice and it was just a way of me being able to get in like my reading or other things that I didn't feel like was eating away at the time that I usually have during the day, because it felt like extra time to me. In terms of whether I'll be rushing to wake up at like 5:45 every single day, the answer is probably no. It has made me realise that I could wake up earlier, like if I wanted to get up at 6:30 or 7:30 or something like that, just because it's during lockdown at the moment, so I don't want to be getting up ridiculously early because I don't actually have a lot to fill my day with anyway, so there is no need for me to be getting up that early. But if there was a need, then definitely, because it didn't affect me in a negative way and it was quite nice. But I will say that I will definitely be looking at waking up earlier than I am at the moment. I also did end up waking up at 5:45 on the Saturday as well, because I went for a sunrise walk, so that was funny. And I was wondering whether, because mentally I knew on the Saturday that I didn't have to wake up at that time to film the video, whether I would struggle more or not, and I didn't, so that's a good thing. And I think if I were to film this video again now, I think it would be easier because the sun is rising earlier now. So when I was waking up then, I was in darkness for like 2, almost 3 hours, whereas now I think I would literally be in darkness for like half an hour. So yeah, I think that would make a massive difference. Time of the year would definitely make a huge difference for me. I feel like if I was waking up at 5:45 in like the middle of November, December, I think it would be much more difficult, but just because it's darker. So yeah, I just thought this would be like a little fun video to film, and I did really enjoy it. And yeah, it just proved to me that if I needed to, or if I ever wanted to, that I can definitely do it. And I definitely felt more positive throughout the day. I had quite a positive week. I don't know if that was because the weather was good, or, you know, it could have been a lot of things, but I also did feel very positive and very like just relaxed and chatty, yeah, throughout the week, so that was nice. But again, I don't really know if those were linked, but it was interesting, and I'm glad I did it because I feel like it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. So like, I don't know, I almost feel like I needed to prove to myself that like it actually isn't that hard to get up earlier and I can do it. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, then please give this video a thumbs up because it really supports my channel, and if you want to see more of my content, then make sure to subscribe to my channel. I mostly film day in the lives, what I eat in a day, and I film a lot of workout videos and stuff like that as well. So if you are interested in that type of thing, then feel free to take a look at my YouTube channel and also follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!